Hello and welcome everyone. This is Rakesh Pradhan, and now in this video we are going to discuss the problems which were given yesterday to you in your test, physics test, right? So I hope that all of you have done well, and also I'm going to attach the result of that test along with this video. So let's go through the questions first of all, right? First question says that if two mirrors are kept at 60 degrees to each other and a body is placed in the middle, then total number of images formed is. So you already know the formula of total number of images, which is 360 divided by theta minus 1, right? So it will come out to be, theta is here 60 degree minus 1, which makes it 6 minus 1, that means 5. So total number of images formed will be 5. So this is going to be your correct answer. Let's move to the next problem. When a convergent beam of light is incident on a plane mirror, the image formed is. See, if there is convergent light is being incident, then the head will in the image the head will be head part will be at the bottom and the tail part will be at the top side, right? So it will be it will form an inverted image, but it will be virtual. So that means inverted and virtual will be your correct answer. Next problem, which is the wrong statement of the following? So we have to identify the wrong statement. A concave mirror can give a virtual image. Yes, it can give if the object is placed between pole and focus, then the image formed is virtual image, right? And choice 4 is nothing. So a convex lens can give a virtual image. Convex lens can give a virtual, yes it does. A convex mirror can give a real image. A convex mirror can give a real image. No, it can never give a real image. Yes, because that is why that is actually why we use convex mirrors in automobiles, right? So this is your wrong statement, means this will be your correct answer. Next problem, the image of an extended object placed in front of a concave mirror is formed at a distance of 40 centimeter. Okay, so u is here 40 centimeter, which means no, the image, it is v, sorry, the image formed in front is at a distance of 40 centimeter, which means v is equal to minus 40 centimeter. Okay, and the mirror is concave mirror, which means that focal length is going to be negative. If the image is 3 times bigger, means magnification is 3, and since it is a concave mirror, so magnification will be minus 3, right? The magnitude of focal length of the mirror is, so we have to find out the focal length. All right, so magnification, formula for magnification is equal to minus v by u for mirrors, which means minus 3 will be equal to minus v by u. That makes it v is equal to 3 times u. Okay, and which means u will be equal to v by 3 and u will be equal to minus 40 by 3. Now we are going to apply mirror formula over here, and the mirror formula is 1 upon f is equal to 1 upon u plus 1 upon v, which means 1 upon f will be equal to 1 upon minus 40 by 3 plus 1 upon minus 40. Now we are going to solve it here. So the LCM will become 40 and it will become 1 upon f is equal to minus 3 minus 1 divided by minus 3 plus 1 divided by minus 40 divided by 40, minus 3 minus 1, so it will be minus 4 upon 40, which makes it minus 1 by 10. So f will be 10 centimeter. Okay, minus 10 centimeters. So the focal length of the mirror will be minus 10. So 10 centimeter will be correct answer. I think this answer is wrong, because 10 centimeter will be correct answer. Okay, next question, if the mirror has a focal length of plus 15 centimeter, then it is a convex mirror, because convex mirror has always positive focal length, the concave mirror has always negative focal length, and plane mirror has infinite focal length. In case of virtual and erect image, the magnification, so you know, the if magnification is positive, then image is always erect. If magnification is negative, then it is inverted. So since image is direct, it is mentioned here, as it is mentioned here, so the magnification will be positive. Right, next problem. If an incident ray passes through the center of curvature of a concave mirror, what happens to the reflected ray? We have already seen that if we are having a concave mirror, and if it is if any incident ray is passing through the center of curvature, right, so it retraces its path, it retraces its original path, means the path in which it is going to be incident, in the same path it will return, so it will retrace its path. Next, the laws of reflection are true for always. They are always true, because in the definition we have already mentioned that it is always true, right? So all reflecting surfaces. The plane mirror reflecting a ray of incident ray is rotated in the plane of incident through an angle theta. Then reflected ray rotates through an angle 2 theta. I can demonstrate you through an example. Actually, the derivation is too long, and I'm going to cover it in another video, but I'm going to explain you briefly over here, right? So suppose that you are having an incident ray and reflected ray like this, and you are going to rotate this mirror by an angle theta. You are going to rotate this mirror by an angle theta. So the new reflected ray, incident ray will be same, but new reflected ray will be different, right? And suppose that it goes like this. So we just have to prove that this angle will be 2 theta. If this angle is theta, so this angle will be 2 theta, right? So I'm going to cover it in another video for you. Okay, next problem. Find the position of image of a concave mirror which produces 3 times magnified image. Okay, magnification is equal to minus v by u for mirrors, right? And the object is placed at a distance of 10 centimeter, which means that u will be equal to minus 10 centimeter. So we are just going to put the values over here, and since it is a concave mirror, so magnification will be minus 3, right? So minus 3 is equal to minus v upon u is here minus 10, which means v will be equal to minus 30 centimeter. So this is your correct answer. Next problem. A convex mirror, okay, used for rear view on an automobile, has a radius of curvature of 3 meter. If a bus is located at 5 meter from this mirror, the position, nature and size of the image. You already know that convex mirror, the image formed by convex mirror is always erect and virtual. So you just have to look for these options: virtual and erect, virtual and inverted, no; real and inverted, no; real and erect, no. So only first option is going to be your correct answer, and it has also mentioned that it will be image, which is true for convex mirrors. So you don't have to go for the calculation in this problem, right? Always try to save your time. What should be the angle between two mirrors, so that whatever may be the angle of incidence, the incident angle and reflected angle for the mirror, two mirrors will be parallel to each other. See, for this you actually have to try all the options for now, but I am going to give you a shortcut later on. Okay, suppose two means there is only one possibility for this, and this will be the possibilities. Suppose two mirrors are inclined like this, and you are having one of the incident ray like this, and the reflected ray formed will be like this. Another reflected ray will go like this, and I am going to draw normal over here with green lines. This is first normal, and this is going to be your second normal. So let's see, if this angle is theta, it will also be theta, which makes this angle also theta, 90 minus theta, right? And if this angle is 90 minus theta, then this angle will also be 90 minus theta. Now since this angle is 2 theta and this angle is 180 minus 2 theta, so we can say that incident ray and reflected ray are parallel to each other, right? Because they are, both of them are at either 180 degree or 0 degree, we can say. So that is why the angle between the mirrors, this is what we are talking about. Angle between the mirrors should be 90 degree for to achieve this situation. Okay, so next problem, the term reflection refers to the bending of light rays when these strike a mirror. Yes, reflection always occurs on the surface of a reflecting surface, which is mostly in the case of a mirror, right? A sharp edge, a bending of light around a sharp edge, it is called diffraction, which you are going to study in class 12th. Rays when enters different medium, this is called refraction, not reflection. Around the boundary of a narrow aperture, it is also diffraction, case of diffraction. Okay, so only for mirror it is this will be true. And when next question is, when two mirrors, plane mirrors, are placed parallel and facing each other and an object is kept in between them, we get infinite images. Yes, it is true, you must have seen it in trial rooms in the shopping malls, right? But actually only a few images are visible because the intensity of image decreases, because due to multiple reflection it loses its intensity, right? So first option is your correct answer. The mirror used in automobile to see the rear view is convex, as we have already discussed. So these are the solutions of all the problems, and I'm going to also discuss a few problems later on with their derivations. So I hope that all the solutions are clear to you, and you must actually you need to revise all the things which during the test all of you must have made some mistakes. So that is why you need proper revision. Okay, so wish you all the best for next test, and goodbye.